guys, I'm here with a set of 4 USB rechargeable 1.5 volts AA batteries. These are lithium batteries. What's a special thing here is that they are 1200 times rechargeable and they are super cheap. The whole set is only $9.99 and they have a capacity of 1500 milliwatt hours, so it's not 1500 milliampere hours, and because they are 1.5 volts that makes it 1000 milliampere hours straight. This is not a huge capacity. We have similar batteries with a little bit higher capacity. Why do they have lower capacity? That's because of this design. We have this cap here, and of course then the battery part is a little bit smaller as with other ones, for example, which we see here. This one here is rechargeable with USB-C from the top, and this one with micro USB from the side. And so this leaves more room for the battery part, and so it's a very common thing that this type of battery has a little bit lower capacity. But on the other hand, it's very convenient to have this design. We can just remove the cap and then plug it into any kind of USB-A power source, for example here, and then it goes into charge. You can see with this green blinking, and when we have steady green then it's fully charged. So super easy, everybody can do that. We don't need any cable or so. That's super convenient. On the other hand, this design has also another disadvantage. I think at least they look like normal batteries, and so if you give these batteries to somebody who doesn't know that these are rechargeable batteries, they could think these are disposable batteries and dump them. And usually with these ones here we can see that they are rechargeable because of the opening, but it's not a huge disadvantage, especially if you are using them for yourself. You know definitely that they are rechargeable. And so of course here I want to show you how they are holding up, if they have really this capacity, how much power we can pull and these things. So here I'm starting with one of the toughest tests. Here we have 3 of these batteries behind each other, so we have 4.5 volts, which is perfectly suitable for USB test device. So we can just start this with a ramp up test and see how much power we can pull out. Usually we are not pulling out so much power, and usually 1 amp is enough. It's already pretty high, and we can go above 1 amp and it stops at around 1.7. Yeah, it was, I think it was 1.8 amps. That's pretty high. I have set a minimum of 3 volts, which means 1 volt per battery. Sometimes with some other rechargeable batteries we go to 0.9. So we can see that the batteries actually are still running when the voltage is going down. I mean, we had a minimum voltage of 2.9, or yeah, I mean pretty much 3 volts, and means 1 volt per battery when we stopped the test. Of course the battery would have stopped anyway at a very similar point, but I wanted to make sure that we do not damage the battery. But the 1.8 amp here is a really high peak, so I'm super happy with this result. And I mean, it's not damaged. We can repeat that over and over. I have already done this. I don't have to do that again. But of course it's just a peak number. We are not supposed to use them with 1.8 amps all the time. I mean, usually nobody's used that with such high current. For example, when we are using them in a controller, then it's using maybe 10, 20, maybe 50 milliamps peak, so much lower. And I've already run a couple of different tests with different amps, and there was definitely a difference in how much power they deliver when we are pulling quite some power, like 200 milliamps, then they are not delivering the full capacity. They had stopped at around 700 milliamps. I have done a second similar test and it showed around 800 milliamps capacity. But on the other hand, I have done my best test, actually that's my main test, with some very old-fashioned high quality German battery tester, and I've done the test a couple of times, and these batteries showed around 1400 milliamps capacity, so actually much more than what's listed here, because again, when we calculate, this would only be around 1000, and when we are pulling a low amount, like here in controller, we can get out much more. So this is also one of the reasons why I wanted to show you this video, because I'm super happy with the result. Then of course you also want to see if they fit really good here. So here we have the minus and the plus, and you can see they fit absolutely awesome in this new Xbox One controller. But this is not such a problem, because usually this battery compartment is rather large. One of the biggest challenges we always have with the old Xbox 360 controller, where we have a super small battery compartment and a lot of rechargeable batteries are struggling to fit here inside. And with this one here, absolutely no problem. You can see turns on like normal, absolutely no problem. You can see how easy you can remove them. So if you are planning to use them in a controller or so, this would be awesome, because you never know how easily this is going to fit. Also in this battery compartment here, with a lot of batteries, I'm struggling to put them here inside or take them out again, and here absolutely no problem. So they are not only good regarding the power what they deliver, but also regarding the size, because they are a little bit smaller. Of course it's hard to see, but it's maybe just like a tenth of a millimeter or something like that, very little smaller. But that's an awesome thing, because a lot of manufacturers, they are almost like a little bit cheating, and they are making the batteries a little bit larger to fit more power into that, and then they are not going to fit into small battery compartments. And here is these ones, we don't have any problems. I love them. So from my side, full recommendation. By the way, they come also with this nice battery case, storage case here. Yeah, maybe one little disadvantage here, when we open them, you can see, I mean, they are a little bit magnetic. We can put this here on the side, but we cannot really attach it, also not so much here or so. So they do not have a connection. Some of these batteries, they have like a connection here, like a strap or so we can't lose them, but I have never had any problems so far. And sometimes it can be also a little bit annoying when we have this connection, so sometimes it's difficult to put them back or so. So actually I prefer this design here, and so full recommendation from my side. And so if you're interested, I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description, so you can check them out and order a set for you if you like it. Again, super cheap. I think one of the cheapest sets which you can buy with this power, this capacity, this flexibility. And so I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.